Well, we were obviously exposed to great material. You don't normally get a chance to do that as much in our country. We don't have a system, say, in New York, like, you know, it's not a city like London where you get to do, everyone's doing their own Hamlet and everything. So I've worked more and more in film. I still do theater, but obviously when you're exposed to good material, you do want to search that out whenever you can, if you have the opportunity, and still make a living.
I was immersed in theater, and pretty good theater at that, for a year. The productions were first rate, and I participated in them. And Nikos Sakaropoulos was my great inspiration there. Nikos had fans, and some not so hot fans. He had the energy. He was amazing. He taught me what directing is. He communicated a lot of inspiration about the essence of theater. And while each of the courses wasn't so important in my learning, in an aggregate way, it was very important. And Nikos was a big part of that. I wish he could have been here, but he's dead.
Tell me a little bit about your experience at Yale. Think defining moments. Was there something that you saw when you were there that said, okay, this is it for me?
Well, once I got there, just getting in was a defining moment.
Yeah.
Opening the letter and said, "You've been accepted."
Like, okay.
Because I had heard and read a lot about Yale during the Brustein years, so I was always salivating to the idea of going, because I knew to go to Yale meant doing rep theater at its best, which was training in the morning and performing at night and just living the life of an actor to the max, and that's what I wanted. Something akin to what we actors get jealous about the English in London. Well, that's what we're doing at Yale was equal to that.
It was just a very important time in our life. I mean, incredibly,
Because you're full of the passion and you get to exercise that.
Well, I think it was a very, very big deal for my grandfather when I got into Yale. Unfortunately, I think that he thought I had gotten into the law school or something, and later found out that I was in as an actor. Well, that's good too, It was a big deal for me when he came up to the rep, and while I was still a student there, I got a lead in one of the rep shows called The Size of the World by Charles Everett, and it was a play I really loved, and it was a real huge part. It was very exciting for me, and that was 1992, and of course, opening night, the Gulf War broke out, so I was a little upstaged by Saddam Hussein, but nonetheless, my grandfather was there, and it was a huge, huge moment for me.